The year is 1951. Deep within the US government, a top-secret program unfolds, Project Artichoke. Shrouded in secrecy, its true nature remains largely unknown to this day. The project's architects sought nothing less than control over the human mind. Imagine a world where thoughts could be implanted, memories erased, and individuals transformed into unwitting puppets. This was the unsettling goal of Project Artichoke. Driven by Cold War anxieties, the CIA embarked on a quest to master the art of manipulation. Their aim, to counter Soviet mind control techniques, real or imagined, and gain an advantage in the shadowy world of espionage. The world in the aftermath of World War II was a breeding ground for suspicion. The Iron Curtain had descended, dividing East from West. Fear of communist infiltration gripped the United States. Against this backdrop of paranoia, the CIA emerged from the ashes of wartime intelligence agencies. Tasked with safeguarding national security, the agency ventured into uncharted territory, pushing the boundaries of science and ethics. The specter of brainwashing loomed large. Reports of American prisoners of war returning from Korea with altered beliefs fueled anxieties. The CIA, determined to combat this perceived threat, poured resources into mind control research. Project Artichoke represented a radical departure from traditional espionage. It was a covert operation that delved into the uncharted territories of the human mind, seeking to exploit its vulnerabilities for strategic advantage. It ventured into the realm of science fiction, seeking to unlock the secrets of human consciousness and bend it to their will. The project was shrouded in secrecy, with researchers pushing the boundaries of ethical science. The project's objectives were ambitious, bordering on the fantastical. They aimed to manipulate the human psyche in ways that had never been attempted before. Driven by the desire to gain an upper hand in the shadowy world of espionage, researchers aimed to develop techniques for inducing amnesia, creating artificial personalities, and even erasing memories. They sought to control behavior through hypnosis and drugs, experimenting with various substances to find the perfect formula. The use of hypnosis and drugs was central to their experiments. They believed that by altering the mind state, they could implant suggestions and commands that would be followed without question. The ultimate goal was to create a reliable method for turning individuals into unwitting assets, capable of carrying out orders without conscious knowledge. This would revolutionize the field of espionage, making operatives more effective and harder to detect. The project's scope extended beyond enemy spies. The CIA envisioned a world where they could control anyone deemed a potential threat or a valuable asset. From foreign leaders to their own citizens, no one was beyond their reach. The agency sought to manipulate political landscapes and social structures to their advantage, using mind control as a tool of power. This chilling ambition raised profound ethical questions that continue to haunt us today. The moral implications of such experiments were vast, sparking debates that resonate in modern discussions about the limits of scientific exploration and the sanctity of the human mind. At the heart of Project Artichoke lay a sinister toolkit of mind-altering substances and psychological manipulation techniques. Researchers experimented with a potent cocktail of drugs, including LSD, heroin, and barbiturates, to induce altered states of consciousness. Hypnosis emerged as another key area of exploration. The CIA believed that by placing subjects in a trance-like state, they could implant suggestions, extract information, and even program new behaviors. These experiments, often conducted without informed consent, treated human subjects as little more than laboratory rats. The quest to control the mind came at a steep price, violating fundamental principles of human dignity and autonomy. Section 5. Human guinea pigs. The true extent of Project Artichoke's experimentation remains shrouded in secrecy. Many records were destroyed, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and unsettling hints of what transpired behind closed doors. However, declassified documents and testimonies from former CIA operatives offer glimpses into the project's dark underbelly. They reveal a pattern of experimentation on unwitting subjects, including prisoners, mental patients, and even ordinary citizens. These individuals were subjected to a battery of mind-altering techniques, often without their knowledge or consent. The experiments left many traumatized, their lives forever altered by the CIA's reckless pursuit of mind control. Section 6. Masterminds and Operatives. Behind Project Artichoke stood a shadowy cast of characters. Brilliant scientists, ambitious intelligence officers, and morally compromised individuals willing to push the boundaries of ethics in the name of national security. One key figure was Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, a chemist who headed the CIA's technical services staff. Gottlieb, driven by a Cold War zeal, oversaw the agency's foray into mind control, transforming the CIA into a vast laboratory for human experimentation. Alongside Gottlieb stood a cadre of operatives tasked with carrying out his experiments. These individuals, often operating in the shadows, were responsible for recruiting subjects, administering drugs, and observing the effects of the CIA's mind-bending techniques. Section 7. Ethical Storm. In 1975, a Senate committee led by Senator Frank Church blew the lid off the CIA's clandestine activities, including Project Artichoke. This project was part of a series of covert operations that aimed to explore the limits of human endurance and control, often without the consent of the subjects involved. The revelations sent shockwaves through the nation, exposing the agency's disregard for human rights and its willingness to engage in unethical experimentation. The public was stunned to learn about the extent of the CIA's operations, which included mind control experiments, drug testing, and other morally questionable activities. The public reacted with outrage and disbelief. Protests erupted across the country, with citizens demanding accountability and transparency from their government. The media played a crucial role in amplifying these voices, bringing the dark secrets of the CIA into the light of day. The image of the CIA as a protector of freedom lay shattered, replaced by a more sinister reality. An agency operating above the law, willing to sacrifice individual liberties in the pursuit of national security. The trust that the American people had placed in their intelligence agencies was deeply eroded. The Church Committee hearings marked a turning point in the public's perception of the CIA. These hearings were not just about uncovering past wrongdoings, they were about setting a precedent for future oversight and accountability. The committee's findings led to significant reforms in how intelligence operations were conducted. No longer could the agency operate with impunity. New laws and regulations were put in place to ensure that such abuses of power would not happen again. The era of unchecked experimentation on unwitting citizens had come to an end, and a new chapter of oversight and ethical considerations began. The legacy of the Church Committee is a reminder of the importance of vigilance in a democracy. It underscores the need for constant scrutiny of those in power to protect the rights and freedoms of individuals. The ethical storm it unleashed continues to influence the landscape of American intelligence and governance to this day. Section 8. Lasting Consequences. While Project Artichoke was officially terminated in the 1970s, its legacy continues to cast a long shadow. The project, shrouded in secrecy and controversy, left behind a trail of ethical and moral questions that still haunt us today. The termination of the project did not erase the memories of those who were affected, nor did it quell the public's curiosity about the extent of the government's involvement in such clandestine activities. The project's ethical transgressions raised fundamental questions about the limits of scientific inquiry and the role of government in a free society. It forced society to confront the uncomfortable reality that scientific progress, when left unchecked, can lead to grave violations of human rights. The debates that ensued in the aftermath of Project Artichoke's revelations highlighted the need for stringent ethical guidelines and oversight in scientific research, especially when it involves human subjects. The specter of mind control continues to fuel conspiracy theories, blurring the lines between fact and fiction. Stories of government experiments and mind control techniques have permeated popular culture, often sensationalized in movies, books, and television shows. These narratives, while sometimes exaggerated, reflect a deep-seated mistrust in governmental institutions and a fear of losing autonomy over one's own mind. The CIA's foray into the darkest recesses of the human mind serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of safeguarding human rights. The experiments conducted under Project Artichoke were not just scientific endeavors, they were a stark reminder of how easily ethical boundaries can be crossed when power is concentrated in the hands of a few. The lessons learned from this dark chapter in history underscore the necessity of transparency and accountability in all governmental and scientific pursuits. The search for mind control may have ended, but its implications continue to resonate. The ethical dilemmas and moral questions it raised are still relevant today as we navigate the complexities of modern science and technology. The legacy of Project Artichoke serves as a constant reminder of the potential for abuse when scientific research is conducted without proper oversight and ethical considerations. The ethical dilemmas raised by Project Artichoke remain as relevant as ever in an age of rapid technological advancement and growing concerns about surveillance and manipulation. As we develop new technologies that have the potential to alter human behavior and perception, it is crucial to remember the lessons of the past. The story of Project Artichoke is not just a historical footnote, it is a warning that the pursuit of knowledge must always be balanced with a commitment to ethical principles and the protection of human rights. If you found this video insightful, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us bring more content like this to you. Thank you for watching.